The hell are y'all doing today, man? How's everybody doing? I hope you're being humble, staying humble. Hope you're being grateful, showing gratitude. And if you're in Texas, I hope you're enjoying this somewhat breezy summer day. Never know when you're not going to get another one back, man. You know? So I was sitting out here, got done with work today, and was doing some things, and I got a little nagging old back injury. It's kind of holding me up. It slows me down. It doesn't stop me, but usually when it flares back up, it'll put me out of commission for a few days or a week. I still do something, so I got done with what I was doing today and was trying a summer ale. Why not? I want to talk about something. I would say right quick, but it probably ain't going to be right quick. Be a little bit shorter than usual. Man, it feels good out here, man. You hear the summer sounds in the background. Man, I remember that when I was a kid, man. It usually meant it was hot as hell outside. Riding my bike, going to the pool. I think we forgot how to be kids, man. I think we forgot what we enjoy. We took in life so seriously. And one of the main things is we always want that time back and we can't get it. A lot of people say, I wish I could go back to 21. I wish I could go back to 17. I'm like, fuck that. I want to go back to like 10, man. I mean, what better time in life that you didn't have to worry about nothing in the summertime, but waking up, spending time with your friends. What were you going to do that day? And dreaded when school started back. Everybody's got some kind of time period in life or phase that they would like to go back to. I can't say my 20s, 30s, anything. I say somewhere between like maybe 8 and 13 before you really start figuring shit out and you get consumed by the real world, whether it's grades, whether it's school, whether it's getting 16, you got to get a job. For some of us, we had to grow up faster than others. But anyway, I want to talk about something real quick. And not real, if it turns out real quick, I don't know. But something that is very valuable, man. And we take it for granted, and I took it for granted oftentimes in my life, and I didn't even realize how bad I took it for granted. And like I said, I'll be the first one to call my own self out, which is time. The most valuable commodity there is. How we use it, how we value it. Are we resourceful with it? Do we value our time as well as other people's time? Did you make changes in your life if you did figure out that you took time for granted? Probably, especially my late teens up to about my early 30s. I really think I didn't value it the right way. And I could go on and get into the work life and the mentality of what we're told by the elders, which our generation was maybe the baby boomers. And that's a whole nother video, a whole nother topic, which is they lived in a different time period and a lot of things don't apply now. Again, another time we'll talk about that later in a different format. And I have a lot of material on that. Value these people, love these people. Hard workers. We need every generation bring something to the next generation, but it always don't apply to the next generation. Sometimes they don't even realize it. And I want to touch, I was going to try to keep this brief, man, because I'm probably going to do a follow-up video on this. And one thing I think in this life that we don't value enough, that when we get some more of it, or we have the opportunity to get more free time, more freedom, more time with our family. Whatever it is, we find a way to use it up. And what we usually do is we find a way to use it up for another bill, for another purchase, to consume ourselves with something else that society tells us that we need to consume it with. We don't even know it's happening. We think, okay, man, I can't wait to be home every day. I can't wait to get home with my family. I can't wait for vacation. And this is a big thing. Everybody can't fucking wait till Friday. If you spend your life waiting on Friday, you'll wish the time away, and it'll come faster than you wanted it to. And hey, I've drank a lot of beer in my life. There's no, like I said, I call my own self out. I've had I could sit here all day saying the hangovers I've had. Again, never did drugs. Some I've never did. I'm glad. Never been even. It's never even been something I really considered. Uh, I was never even persuaded by it really, even though I was around a lot of that growing up. But I've had my fair share of hangovers to last me a lifetime. Doesn't mean I won't have another one, but people can't wait till Friday. So whatever time they bargained for or bartered for during the week, a lot of times they can either spend everything or spend it all weekend hungover just to do the same thing on Monday. And again, if you live for Friday, your shit's broke. You know, it really is. Or you live for the weekend. We all enjoy the weekends. I can't wait for the weekends either. But if you don't use the time the right way, then you'll find yourself 5, 10, 20, a lifetime being in the same position. And that's the truth. You know, if you don't value your time, then you don't value other people's time. And one thing I realized, I mean, this has probably been a good while back, and I've been steadily trying to find a way. You can't get time back, but how can I bargain for more time? So usually whatever job, employer, career we have, again, this is fitting the majority and the percentage of society, and y'all know it's true. We're not talking about the minority, we're talking about the majority, which is usually if somebody talks about benefits on a job, or is it a good job, or is it a good career, or when they need more, it's usually money. I thought that way too. I always thought that way when I was younger. Even though I knew better, I still did it anyway. Kids grow up fast, don't they? The things you didn't make time for them, they probably won't make time for you when you're older. You'll probably put them on a guilt trip or influence them in some kind of way. And we say little things like, you either want a broke man or you want a busy man, or I'm out grinding, or I'm trying to make that bread, or let's get that cheddar. And all these things that society tells us that's successful. And again, more money is often better than being broke, but I don't think that all the time that more money is better than less money. It depends. It depends on what you got to give up, and it depends on what you got to sacrifice and who you got to sacrifice to do it. I've done it, and the way I see it is, it was not worth it. So, a little bit about myself. I'm not going to get into the details about it, but I just wanted to use this as an example. As many of you know, I worked the same job 20 plus years. When I retired / went into business, and then don't mind saying failed at that the first more than once, and then started over again. And failure does not scare me. Like I said, regret does. Some of us will fail at more things than some people will ever attempt. Failure is a great learning tool if you learn from it. But some people will never get their feet wet again once they've had that. I mean, the list of failures I got is pretty long. But there's also a lot of things that have been successful, and a lot of them have nothing to do with money. I was thinking, so with what I currently do full-time, not part-time, which is anybody that knows about my line of shirts, my apparel, anything I'm working on, which again, I don't give any of society deadlines. I give my own self deadlines. Yes, I'm working on other things. Anybody that knows me or talks to me, it's about 5 things that will fit together. And I've explained that in my other videos for what I'm working on. And anybody's criticism, hate, jealousy, insecurities does not bother me. I will not quit because of you. You're pissed off because you're not doing it, or somebody else you doesn't know that you like, you want to do it. So anyway, that has nothing to do with this, but shit don't embarrass us. We do not get our feelings hurt. Does not matter. Y'all try to personally attack people instead of attacking the content or the message. And like I said, that was in my last video, and that's what y'all do. So this is just something that's important to me, because any of us that went to school together, grew up together, we're not getting any damn younger, man. And one day we're going to want some time back with our loved ones. We're going to want some time back for ourselves. For me, I'm selfish with my time. It's very important to me. I don't like a lot of people infringing. I don't like a lot of people wasting my damn time. If you got an appointment, if we make a meeting, whatever it is, if you call and say you can't make it, if you reach out to me through a text, Whatever it is, shit comes up, life happens, it happens all the time. I'm dealing with shit today. Household stuff, family stuff. But I still make the time to at least communicate. What I don't understand is when people don't communicate. There's no sense in that unless it's a damn tragedy. Most people are not resourceful and they are not productive with their time. It's just the truth. So, a while back, I decided to go to my full-time employer and negotiate an extra day off a week. This day happened to be my light day. When my mom was living, I realized when I started doing this, I took her to her dialysis appointment in another city at that time, back where she lived. Long story short, before then, anybody that knows my mother knows she didn't drive, never drove my whole life. So she used to stay with us a week, 2 weeks at a time until she started dialysis, and that changed everything. So she got to where she didn't want to do dialysis where we lived, so I would have to take her back home. And I had set that day up to get most of my work done during the week. That way, that day I didn't have that much work. And I don't understand, because I did it myself, why when we get ready to negotiate benefits, a raise, or anything else, why don't we negotiate more time? Do people even think about doing that? You think about the raise, you think about money, I did it, which is usually I can buy something else. I will go get another material object, another toy. I'll upgrade something, get something bigger, something better, trade in a car, maybe get a bigger house that I'm not going to use, whatever it is, so I can show off to other people. Whatever it may be. And there is a small percentage, and understand this, do your research, a small percentage that get to have everything in the time too. Most of us do not. We have to bargain for something. But when we want an extra benefit or something, we always usually bargain for more money. But let me tell you this, unless it's a significant amount, it's not going to be life-changing. It's not. And what we're going to do is we're usually going to spend it in another way. Even if we save it, usually it's something else that we had to give up with our family. Until that day comes, our number gets punched. Or somebody else's number that we love, whether it be any family member or a great friend or whatever it is, and then we're going to want that time back. I coulda, shoulda, woulda, and we didn't do it. Instead, like I said, maybe got another credit card, maybe upgraded the house, maybe bought a new living room suite, bought some new furniture. You know, I ain't happy with the V6, I need a V8. You know what, man, I wasn't happy with 1,700 square feet, maybe I need to go to 2,600, so we can all not be at home even more. Like I said, I did this to a certain extent. I still think if you talk to my children, I did a lot with them, but still spend entirely too much time at work for almost 2 decades. And the money's gone, most of it, and can't get the time back. And that's almost anybody, whether y'all admit it or not. So I went in and talked to my employer, and I told them that day was set aside for my mom's dialysis day, and that I realized I actually left work on Monday, so I have work on Tuesday. Anyway, we talked about it, went back and forth, and I realized the things I'm working on personally, I believe in myself, I got my own back. I do not care if other people do. Like I said in multiple videos, when you start doing something unconventional than what most of the people around you are doing, and you start operating outside the normal lines of society, whatever it is, people that you hadn't even heard of for a while, that you wouldn't even think will work against you, they'll come out of the shed to do so. I'm making a lot of progress. I'm happy with my progress because I put in the damn work. Work my regular job all week long, before work, after work, weekends, whatever it takes for the things I'm building, because I do believe in reach one, teach one. That's what I believe. Like I said, you hear it from a celebrity or athlete or somebody you like, we buy it hook, line, and sinker until it's somebody that we know, because we often think they're talking about us. That's why we don't want to hear them. And if the shoe fits, that's your problem. Just like any of us, man. You know, if you don't think it fits, don't take the bait. It's that simple. And man, I spend it to my employer, and I was saying I really need about 40, 50 hours a month back. I need it for what I'm building. I need it for my side hustles. I need it for my personal business, and I just need it for my family. even though I have grown kids and I have stepkids and grandkids, because I've learned I'm not going to do the same thing with the next generations. I won't do it. Look, most people don't realize they're giving up everything because they think somebody's going to make them. They think that somebody's going to usually promote them. They think they're going to remember everything they did. And for the most part, they're not. They want you to make them a whole bunch of money. And what we measure success, mostly by society, is how much somebody makes. You shouldn't even tell people how much you make. It doesn't even matter. We'll give up everything so people can give us credit for what we have, especially on social media, perception. But if we believe what we say we do, which is money ain't everything, money can't buy you happiness, because it can't. It doesn't mean sit around and starve. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It means find a balance. Then why don't we bargain for more time? And look, if you're in my age group, which is over 40, our life's more than half over. It's not being negative, it's the truth. It's statistical fact. We probably got, maybe 30 good years left? And it's the 30 toughest years. It's usually when health problems come. It's usually when we have to start going to the doctor, like I have put off for many years. It usually means if people's going to get on medication, that's another video. We'll talk about that later. And when you start having to slow down because your body won't physically let you do it. All the stuff that you said you would do when you were younger, if you didn't do it 20 through 50, let me tell you this, you're not probably going to do it when you retire. Even if you have the cash, you're not going to feel like it, or you're just not even going to want to fool with it. Your life's happening now. So anyway, I went and bargained this. And I said, unless it's a significant raise, of course there always needs to be more money. I said, but I won't give up my money and time. I'm really selfish with my time. My time is very valuable to me. Things I study, the way I work, the things I do that I do not, let me say this again, that I do not in the past until recently get paid for. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever you want to do, if you're not willing to do it for free, for however long it takes, and hold another career, another job, then you don't want it bad enough. Because the thing is, people only look at the end result. They're not going to give you credit until the end result. And these same people that criticize you and these same people that have something to say, understand this, the whole time they're criticizing you and making fun of you or attempting to make jabs at you, or to make condescending comments, or backhanded comments disguised as a compliment, they're not going to fucking tell you when you did a good job. You shouldn't even worry about them. If you're not willing to do it for free, then you don't want it bad enough. It took me a long time to realize that, even though I knew better. So, I said I'm not willing to give up money and time. And if there's a choice, unless it's a substantial amount, I want my time back. I said 40 hours a month would be huge for me. So let me just give you an example. First, I negotiated Tuesday because I work a lot of weekends. Tuesday. First Tuesday I was off. My employer told me, he goes, man, I kind of want to know what you did with your first Tuesday off, because I know that you're going to be hyper productive. To most people, when they get an extra day off, and sometimes we do need to relax. Sometimes I got to have it, man. I got to just sit on the couch, watch a movie, and chill out. Yes. But sometimes that's the way people take it. You want to make a change. You want to do something different. But when you have them extra days, you don't do shit with it. But what you will do is you'll give it back to an employer. You'll give them your whole life. You'll give them 60, 70, 80 hours a week. But you won't give yourself any time. You won't do, because what we think is the paycheck. What we think, if I give up enough, that it'll be worth it in the long run. And occasionally it is. But most of the time it's not worth what we had to give up. It's not. Y'all know it, man. If you're my age and you've been through it, like I said, I've already spent 20-something years and retired at a job. And I barely even think about that place anymore. So, I wanted to touch base on this, and I like to see people get more out of their life. I wish I could make up the last 20 years, but I can't. So, only thing I can do about it is what's happening now. So I wanted to talk about my mentality and what I do. First day, I got up, I did 2 hours worth of work, my writing. Got up at the same time I would leave for work. Did whatever I need to do on social media. I'm looking at my notes right now. I did touch base with 3 people. One of them kept their appointment with me scheduled. 2 of them never answered. And they requested to meet me. But that's neither here nor there. Grab me a power bar. Drink what I need to drink in the morning to get going. Got my water. Did 5 miles on my bike. This is just the first day. First Tuesday I had off. 50-something pull-ups. Not at one time. No, I cannot do that at all. Not even close. Anyway, did my workout. 5 miles on the bike. 50-something pull-ups. Did crunches. Did all that. Went to the grocery store. Did all the grocery shopping for 2 weeks. Came back. Worked in the yard. Got some things I had been really behind on. Mowed half of the yard, which was the back where I'm sitting at right now, and that was all by about 2 o'clock, and I had dinner done by 6. That was one day. Ever since then, I did nothing but get ahead, because I used that day like a work day for me. We're willing to give our entire lives and invest everything to a company, to an organization, to a corporation, to whatever it is, but we won't do it for ourselves. And some people look at it like our age, like you're already this age, you shouldn't do it. The only reason they're telling you that is because they won't do it. They're trying to discourage you because they don't have the vision, they don't have the confidence, they don't have the ambition and the drive to get their ass in gear and do it. They're waiting for somebody else to either pay a bill for them, to make them, to remove an obstacle, whatever it is. For people like us, it don't work like that. We don't even wait on people, we just do it. We roll with the punches as we go. So my whole mentality is, man, we really need to value our time more. You know, do you think if it's $1 or $2 raise, that's going to be more valuable to you than something you can build? Look at it like this, and I've said this many times. If you tell people 5 to 7 years of suffering for whatever it is, whether it's divorce, whether it's starting a business, whether it's leaving a long-time job, whatever it is you're trying to build, if you tell them that ahead of time, more than likely they won't even try it. If you told me that at one time, it would, hey man, you should go get your degree, and it would take you 8 years to do it. I would think, screw that, that's way too long. But you'll do what you're doing for 40. You just won't realize it's 40. It'll pass away before you know it. And you could have already started back then. If it's the last thing I do, understand this. And anybody that knows me knows I'm going to do everything I say I'm going to do. If I have time, I will do it. I didn't say it always would be successful. I did not give a time frame. I did not say how much I would make. I said I was going to do it regardless, and that's what I do. There's people, you got a few different kinds of people out there. There's people talk about doing shit. There's people who do shit. And there's people who watch other people do shit. We do shit. That's what we do. Because failure and obstacles don't even bother us. We've been dealing with them our whole life. So let me go ahead and get back to this. When we are wanting, what we are wanting is we're always chasing more. We always want more. It seems like we always seek in the direction of money. I said that's how most of society measures success. That's how we gain attention from others. We make ourselves feel better. That's how we feel more accomplished. Perception. Any way you slice it, whichever way we turn it around, however we try to convince ourselves, always, as others, to others, it's what we are programmed to do as a society. Even if we get going another direction, we're back at it. Because people say, I don't care what, you shouldn't care what people think, but what social media, what I see is y'all fucking 100% care what people think. If you didn't, your posts and your videos would be significantly different. You're worried about people accepting you. You're worried about people not getting mad at you. You're worried about people thinking you fucking made it. But what's fucking making it? Anyway, anytime that we talk, seek, or look for so-called benefits from an employer or a job, we have the mindset of more money. Although that is important, it is very important, we are willing to give up almost everything, including the most valuable commodity there is, time. Why don't we negotiate more of it? Sell your vacation. I used to do it for another paycheck. For what? To pay a bill. So we can, when we have more time, when we get more vacation, whatever it is, that's all we seem to want. We can't wait to leave work. We can't wait to leave work. We can't wait to meet these people. And we can't wait to spend time with our family. We can't wait for Friday. And as soon as we clear up a bill, as soon as we pay off something, as soon as we get more vacation time, we fill it up with another debt. Or we fill it up with another obligation. That's what we do. Or we go work a part-time job, and then we still are not in a different position. We always want to get something back. We need more of it. More time with loved ones. We want more time. Especially when the loved ones have passed away. Parents, grandparents, friends. Unfortunately, tragically, sometimes children. And it's even if they have just grown up. We get the opportunity to spend time with them while we have it, but we often don't take it. What we do is we take more work, we take more debt, and we take more obligation. That's what we do. So I just want to challenge people that instead of going and getting another obligation or getting another bill, so we can look good on social media or keep up with our other stuff, having friends. It's good to have, but most of the time the sacrifice is not worth it. Doesn't mean give up everything you work for. I'm saying what's important to you. To me, it's my time, because one day the time's going to come, whether it's for myself or a loved one, just like my mother. My mom was often aggravating. I loved her. And I have other family members that they're not deceased, but they're not here. I'd love to have the time back. Instead, I find myself without these people. They're all gone. I promise you I'd have passed up a couple double shifts more than regularly. Gave up trading in a car, a credit card payment, in addition to the house or whatever it is to have, spend a little bit more time with these people. But we cannot when they're gone. A lot of times we say and do it at their funeral because it's out of guilt. Make it right while they're here, man. We're all supposed to be valuing each other, and we're supposed to be being resourceful with our time. Hey, man, I'm going to get out of here. It's gone long enough. I'll holler at y'all.